Good morning.
Good morning.
It is not a regular podcast episode today. We are here for the state of the whips.
Yes, we are.
So today we are focusing on knitting and crochet whips.
Yep.
I think we had predetermined first. You can find me on Ravelry as Hannah072 or on Instagram as Hannah's Knit Cottage.
And I am Southern Comfort Casey on Ravelry and Wool Market Fibers on Facebook and Instagram.
So today is not, today is just going through all of our whips. We're going to go through them fairly quickly. We anticipate that there is not going to be room in the YouTube description box to list all of these. So instead, there's going to be a link in the description box that has a Google Doc. In that Google Doc, we will have everything listed. So with that, we're not going to do a lot of detail. It's just going to be like project and pattern. If I can find the yarn, yes. If it's discontinued, it won't be listed.
Right.
Just because the sheer amount of whips that we have
And
here
the
today.
sheer amount of time in between one to the other.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we decided we were going to start with mine and then we're going to go to Michelle's. More on that later. Okay. This is a random one. This is one I'm debating frogging. You've
Okay.
never seen this.
No.
This is the festival sweater by Petite Knit.
That is so cute, though.
It's in acrylic. That's why I'm debating frogging it.
Oh.
So it's in, nope. Lion Brand Woolies.
Woolies, yes.
Which I like, but I worry. So this is a worsted weight. The pattern calls for DK. So I was knitting this like as the smallest size, even though I'd be like a size 4 or 5, just because of gauge. And you can see how tight, how like few rounds there are in between these based off of how you would do it for her pattern. And knitting this on a DK weight needle in acrylic has been a bear.
I bet you it's hurting your hands.
Yeah.
Just because of the size of the yarn versus the size of the needles, that would bother my thumbs.
So I'm debating frogging this.
Do we frog or keep it? You let us know.
Yes. It is really cute though. Like I feel like I need one in this color palette
Yeah.
one day. It just may
A
not be this one.
lighter weight, like
A
DK
DK.
Sport
Yeah.
or something.
I bet I could, her gauge is really tight. I bet I could almost get her gauge in fingering.
Ooh, well, that's a thought. Okay,
Okay.
let us know.
That is whip number 1 that's tearing through my Walmart bag.
We'll get you another one. There's
fine.
more in the bag.
It's, all right. This is one that is almost for sure gonna get frogged. This is my jelly roll blanket, which Michelle again has never seen. I decided to do, I had Row 1 minis I got the subscription for a long time. So I decided I was going to do a jelly roll blanket. You see how far I got. Holding fingering weight double. It's fine.
Is that
like
the name
it.
of the pattern?
Yes, it's the jelly roll blanket by Kay Jones of Bakery.
Oh, okay.
And then there's this nice little edge here. I think I changed that to get the edge clean for
Yeah.
pickups. I'm not a blanket knitter.
Oh my.
So I feel like this is gonna get frogged. So
You could
what could I do?
keep it going and knit like a stole shawl, so long and thin. Yeah. Many
Maybe.
cowls.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I loved it when I did it because I think I liked looking at everybody's.
Is that, what size yarn is that?
Fingering weight held double.
Oh, well,
These are US 5. The old school straight needles right
Ooh.
there. From E. Old Michaels.
Yeah, I'd count the colors and shoot for, in your case, socks.
There's my summer sock.
Nice.
This was a gift from one of my friends from college. I love
That's
this
nice.
bag.
I like
I
the
would like
bag.
to have it back in something I actually use. When I went hunting for this and I pulled it out of the closet, I was like, man, I really like this bag back. I don't know if there's anything in there.
No, I just want to see what's in it as far,
Oh, yeah.
look, places for your needles or
Yeah.
your crochet hooks and your accessories and notions. Nice.
And this actually has a flap up here
Oh, yeah.
for you to run
Close it.
yarn.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a great bag. And I guess it does zip up. I was thinking it didn't, but I guess it does.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, here's, yeah, there's no pins. Okay. So those are the two that you probably have no clue that they exist at all.
Frog, or do you have a better idea?
Yes.
Let us know. On to the next one.
This one you would have seen on the podcast, but we'll briefly show it. This is The Twists and Turns by Stephen West from the 2022 mystery knit along that I just snagged on the needle.
Well, luckily it's on the inside and not the outside.
Yeah. This is the Kitted Yarn by Chink Fibers, single ply, latte lemonade kit, colors latte, lemonade, and malachite. I've just finished sections 6 and 9. I need to go back and do sections 7, 8, and 10. So, yep.
This one, I'd say keep going. Treat it as a long-term project. You've gone way too far to turn back now.
Yeah, this one is
that the name of the song?
I think it's like a line in the movie. We've come too far to turn back now. I feel like there's a line in a movie that says that.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere my parents are laughing really hard. Because they know. Okay.
Yeah, we've determined she cannot stop. It's gone way too far.
Well, I wanted to quit it after section 1, and after all the trouble I had had with the yarn and everything, I was like, I can't rip this out. I got a kit from Stephen and Penelope. This is probably the only time in my life I'm ever going to do that. This thing is getting done.
That, and definitely, are you not planning on doing another one?
Probably not.
Good. It'll be a one and done. All right.
Yeah, I like them. It's just a matter of I can't keep up with the MCal, and it's just not I'm not in that phase of life.
His shawls are way too big. They're like blankets.
I do love it though. I love wearing them.
Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous.
This is a bag by Stolen Minutes, which I got for this MCal almost 3 years ago and have only used it for this thing. Okay.
Special memories. All right.
Got the Barnes & Noble tote out here. Oh, oops. That's from where I shopped at your store yesterday, Michelle. Okay. Leftover yarn from my other whip.
Can't be too leftover. You're still working on it.
Okay. We're getting there. Let's start with this one.
Okay.
This one y'all have seen on the podcast. Another bag by Stolen Minutes. This is the half and half triangles wrap.
Oh yes.
Using linen quill. The pattern and the yarn are from Pearl Soho.
I like the green. I like the color.
I have a sweater quantity of this green.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be making something out of this. So I'm in the middle of the first triangle. We've got a ways to go. Once I finish the first triangle, then I have to go back and do the whole other, do this again in a cream. So yeah.
Oh,
this is a long-standing languishing whip. If we're noticing a theme, Hannah doesn't finish shawls. Ever.
Wait till you get to mine.
Okay, I have... How many went? We didn't count these.
We have 1, 2, 3. This is 4.
Okay. I've done 4. Yeah. Okay. So that was whip number 4. That won't go in bag.
It's gotten way too big. We need to get you a bigger bag.
Yeah. Well, if I could finish some of these other things, I'd have a bag to throw it into.
In the meantime, get you a bigger bag.
Okay. So this is whip number 5. And this, I believe, is a frog, but it's going to be more of a frog to make it something else.
Oh, okay. We could do that.
You've seen this. This is also Pearl Soho by Linen Quill.
Oh, yeah.
Also with Knit Picks Gloss Lace Weight. And the colorway on the wrap was Fresh Pickle. This is Vintage Celadon.
I'm glad you can keep up with the color.
And this
names.
is Clarity.
I have too many to keep in my head. I like the color. It's one of my favorites.
I think I ripped the needle. No, I didn't rip the needles out of this. So this has been like 3 different things and I haven't liked any of them.
Oh dear.
So I think I know what it needs to be now when it grows up. So this is just holding the Vintage Celadon with the gloss lace weight. It wanted to be a love note first, and then that didn't work. So this was an attempt at a flax worsted or a flax DK. I think I'm gonna rip this out and make it a linto.
Okay.
Lento is a DK weight pattern used with like a fingering and a lace held together. And it would be just a plain sweater like this, but I think the gauge would be better and I think the cut would be better on me, so. We'll see. I knitted this and I realized the yoke depth was really, really long on me and I didn't like it. And it was just gonna be a big baggy sweater and it wasn't what I was going for, so.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna get ripped out and turned into a Lento at some point. And that would be on like a US 10 needle, so it would go really fast.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is why it's in this bag. This was a bag I got in the Fangirl Fibers Christmas box last year, the year before.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Grinch theme, so it says Merry Grinchmas.
Cute.
Have I used the Grinch yarn yet?
No.
So I'll have to put the actual Grinch yarn in it at some point. Okay, so that was what, number 5?
Yes.
Here's number 6.
I'm glad you can keep count because when we get to mine, you're gonna have to keep tally.
This is a bag by a Stitchy Girl Studio. Michelle, I don't know this one.
Oh my. If you refresh my memory, I'll.
Be careful, I think I'm in the middle of the road.
Oh.
There's my stitch stoppers, my needle stoppers.
There they are, your little donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Hoagie Locatelli.
This is the Instant Crush by Hoagie Locatelli.
It is so scrumptiously soft.
I'm obsessed. Obsessed. So we actually had another gray instead of this blue. Oh, see, now seeing this makes me want to knit on it.
Well, maybe you can work on that today. And it's so pretty.
Yeah, like all the bugs have been out a lot lately, so I've been hesitant to keep this wrapped up because this is definitely peak moth termite season around
and
here.
Silverfish.
Yeah, just all the things. So I've been trying to keep this sealed up as much as possible and just letting it.
All the wool lovers are out.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is.
I think the blue was a fabulous decision when we changed the color of the gray because the gray was too close to this gray and you couldn't see it. There wasn't enough color contrast between the cream and then this would have been gray here. So the decision to change it to this particular teal blue, DK weight, it's a cashmere blend by Lanes de Nord.
Yeah, so these are the colors. I'll hold up those two, I'll hold up these two. I can tell I've used a lot of this one already.
There we go. Perfect.
Yep.
I love it. Yep, keep going. That is definitely an active.
Oh yeah. If I had a winter birthday, that would be the birthday sweater.
Oh, definitely.
Sorry, I don't want this to get messed up in there because this definitely sticks to itself.
Yeah, not frog friendly for sure.
Yeah, I had a
not tink friendly either.
No, I've had to tink a couple times and it has been a nightmare.
Oh dear, that's worse than the singles that you had to do with Stephen Westall.
Oh yeah, that was. Okay, so that was number 6. All right, I think you know the other 2. You definitely know the other 2.
I know one of them for sure.
Oops, sorry. Okay. This is my Christmas socks from my mom.
Yes.
Did I work on these at all?
No.
Nope. So, one sock almost done, second sock needs to go.
Very nice.
This is my completed sock. So they're closed, just different colors, alternating, different order. So those will be done for Christmas. Definitely an active whip. It's getting put on the back burner for the next one, but
oh yeah. Yeah, Mom's got to have her Christmas socks.
she'll have them for Christmas. She may not have them for Christmas in July, but she'll
Well,
have them for
no.
Christmas. Okay, this is the last one, and I put a stitch marker in here because I've already told Michelle while she does hers, I'm gonna sit and work on this one. So, all right, if I can get it out of here. It's got to get a back upgrade today too.
Yes. It's gotten way too big.
It's definitely gotten bigger last night, and you didn't see this part.
No.
This is my Getty tee by Tana's Lovely.
also known as Tanis Fiber Arts.
Yes. She has a neckline.
Woohoo! Where is it? Are we right
there.
side? Oh,
Look.
there we are. Finally.
And it sits beautifully. I only did one extra row, and honestly, I could have gotten away without doing that.
Oh, yes. It looks great. See?
It sits perfectly.
Now, is this your mod? Because I know you wanted this a little higher.
That one extra row, I did one extra decrease, and that's it. And I was looking at it, I was like, this is getting really chunky. Let me try this one. It's fine. It sits like up here on me. Like,
so
it's
then
high.
you didn't have to modify it like you thought you would.
I thought I was going to have to do like 5 extra rows. 4 or 5 extra rows.
Well, good.
So yeah, I really could have done without.
Well, I feel better about than mine.
Yeah.
Good.
And
okay.
just see how high it is on me.
Oh yeah, it looks great. I love that.
This thing fits me like a glove. Like it is. I tried it on last night, and my husband was in the middle of his game, and I come walking in, and of course it's like a crop top.
Yeah.
I'm walking, I'm like, and I don't want to interrupt him, but I'm like, look at this. So, yeah, it was great.
Because he was gaming.
Yeah, but she's beautiful. She'll be done in the next couple weeks.
Look.
Oh yeah, and this is my.
It's a brownie. It's adorable.
It's in a bag by Stitching Plaza, my Doctor Who bag. This is one of my favorites. And then yes, I think this is by Charmed and Dangerous, or I'll have to look it up. But yeah, it's a little cosmic brownie.
Cute.
So yeah, that is all 8 of my knitting whips, which I thought was going to be way more. Okay, you ready for yours?
Are you ready for mine?
Should we show the people?
Oh my. Ta-da! Now I said, when we discussed this a while back, I had a lot. And when Hannah came in, she saw the boxes and I thought she was going to faint. But I did forewarn everybody, that's a lot. So.
And that's where I packed my knitting.
So, I'm not sure where to start.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What category do you want to start with?
Yeah, because I categorized this morning. So I have a box of socks down here, and then I have 2, this bag, and the black tote is general whips, and then the pink and the clear are blankets. Probably the blankets because they'll go faster. Okay, there's not very many of them because they are bigger. It just makes it look like I have a lot. But the generalized whips and the socks, I do have quite a bit. So let's get started. All right. This are little honeycombs for the beekeeper's quilt that are stuffed.
Cute.
And I started putting them together.
They're really squishy.
They are very squishy. I started putting them together in a random fashion.
Now, how did you join them?
I joined them just by putting the corners and tying them together with the yarn, just like the pattern says.
Okay. Are you supposed to back this later, or?
You don't have to. You can leave it as is, and this would be at the top end. So if they're tied, you can put this at the top or the bottom. The reason that the pattern has you tie them at the corners is that if you had a blowout, you can just undo the ties, pull one out, re-knit one, and sew it, and then tack it back in again. So that's what I've been doing with this. We're at probably the size of the top of a pillow right now, and then I've got more in here. But these are all done with my leftover sock projects or shawl projects. So if I'm making a hexagon for the beekeeper's quilt, just know that I've got a blanket over at the other side of the store on the love seat that everybody sees when they come in. That's actively being worked on, and I put a square in one of those as well. So I already know it's a long-term project, and I love it. And
this is like the stress ball. Like, it's just like you're just.
you could pretend that it's a snowball and throw it at somebody, and it won't hurt anybody. Like, it won't break a vase. It won't knock the lamp over.
No.
You can make it like a little kitty toy.
This is awesome. Like just.
You can play with this while I go to the others. So this is, yeah, they're quite a bit.
If you grab the next one, I'll get these back. I've been eyeing this pattern for a while. Now I'm like, damn, I need to do this pattern.
Oh, you should.
But I don't do blanket. Like, I've only knit one blanket in my life, and that was because my mother specifically requested it. So, I don't know. I don't know that it'll happen. I might just live like
now this one has been languishing, but it is inactive, and I do keep all the yarn together. This is done with Noro, Curion, and Silk Garden, and I'm putting it together with Cascade Echo Duo, which is a bulky weight. This is a log cabin. It's a free pattern.
Is this yarn still in production?
Yes, because it's Noro Curion. You can pick whatever colors you want. The Silk Garden is a worsted weight. I love how she does hers. And so I've got 2 strips done, and I've got squares that I just need to, you know, assemble and put together.
This
So
is nice.
it's going. It's just very, very slow. I did put it aside. So as we're talking about that, I have a pile of squares that this particular pattern, now these were done as a charity, and
Cute.
none of the squares that were sent to me in a crocheted Afghan square swap, none of them were the size that they were supposed to be when they were shipped, so I couldn't at the time do anything with them. So I moved them off to the side, and then I started making this particular square, and it's crocheted as well. And I had a pile of acrylics left over from other projects that I started making these squares for my great nephew. Was going to give it to him as a gift when I had reached out to my niece about it. Never heard a word, so guess what? It all went in a box to just sit. So eventually I'll probably put it together, and
So are these,
maybe somebody will want it. But I love
there's
how they
different
come together.
colors,
They're all
too.
different colors. I
They're
got
gorgeous.
blues in here,
I
and
need
I
to
have
finish this for you.
greens. I love mustard. You know me and mustard. It's a nice retro.
So are these
With
going to
that
go in that
brand.
project?
I
or are they
was
gonna be
thinking about taking these and alternating these squares with these squares for the blanket, and because they are pretty much the same size, and then I can border them all. So that's,
You've got to be close to getting that blanket done.
I've got to have at least 35, and I'm
Okay.
probably
10.
I think 8 to 10 short. So that's that one. So that one's,
You
this
could do
box is done.
one a week. Could you do one a week?
Oh yeah.
See if you get it
Yeah.
done in like a month or two.
One a week for, yeah,
10 weeks. By the end of the year, you'd have it done.
I should, yeah, and then I gotta put a border on
You can do that.
it. All right, now this one is definitely,
Wait, what whip are we up to? We've already lost count.
so that's 1 and 2 and 3.
3. That's
All right.
3.
That's 3. This one I'm doing as I go, and this one, these are from different stitch patterns. So this belongs to one blanket, but I have to make this an outer panel to a blanket that I'm doing that's all cabled.
It's gorgeous. Michelle's cable work is always beautiful.
I gotta make 2 of these. This is the left panel, and I have to make the second one. And this will be done for a queen size bed sometime between now and the time I die. Because that's how long it's taken me. And I have been also working out the yardage requirements for this, because I've had quite a few people ask. Whoa, here goes the green. Now this green one, this green panel.
Are these all for the same blanket or different
Yeah,
blankets?
oh no, this is all for the same blanket.
Okay.
This
Oh,
green, and I
wow.
already started putting it together because I wanted to see how long it would get. This one here is the panel off of a shrug pattern. And I have to make 2 of these.
It's gorgeous. That lace work is just absolutely gorgeous.
And it's all done, they're all leaves. And Judy will remember this because I had talked with her a few years back about this one. There's that one. This is the center panel.
So you've done the whole center already.
Yeah, and I'm not finished.
Look at that. It's stunning, Michelle.
This is the center.
We've got to get you on these so these can get displayed.
This is a
Gorgeous.
48 row repeat for this cable pattern. And it was all completely charted, and I can read charts, but I'm a lot slower at it. So I transcribed the chart into text, and it's both sides 4 pages long. That's why people put things like this in charts.
Yeah.
But I work faster in text. I can knit a lot faster with it in the text. So that's that one. So that I pull out when I am in the mood for intense cable work. I will pull this out and work on it. Bless you. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We're up to 4.
We should have put like a row counter down here, and then we could just take the row
Well,
counter.
I could get you a piece of paper and a pencil, and you just mark it off, like,
Yeah,
you know,
let me
like
go do that.
check marks.
Now I gotta remember if I check it off.
Just saying, I said there was a lot. It doesn't, it is a lot, but it looks like it's more than it really is, especially with the blankets, because they're bigger and bulkier, so it looks like there's more to it than there should be.
I love how I thought I was gonna knit during this. There's too much yarn to talk about for that.
I got on a Harry Potter kick.
Ooh.
So I'm making squares, and I'm up to, this is number 5. And I'm sorry, Mr. Wool Market Fibers, the secret is out. This was going to be for a Christmas gift.
Mr. Wool Market Fibers is in the audience today.
Yeah, he's part of the peanut gallery this morning. So
This is cool.
every one of these squares is Harry Potter themed, that will go into a blanket for Mr. Wool Market Fibers, because he's a huge fan. So that's number
5.
Okay, number 5.
Do you have the other squares?
No, I left them. I was in such a, this
Yeah.
was a lot last night, let me tell you. Bringing this all in was huge. Had to get him to help me.
This is like your whole life.
Pretty close.
It's like,
pretty close. All right, this one, number
6.
6. This is another Phoenix by Hooked on
Ooh.
Sunshine.
This was, we showed a version of this in the blanket. Another version of this blanket on the podcast.
Yes, we did. So I'm not going to show that again today, because this was actually the first one I started. The one I'm actively doing now is the second one.
Okay.
So,
So
but
we're
this
gonna,
is-
I'm gonna mark it so we can get our actual whip total.
This is done in DK weight Lion Brand Mandela. And I think I'm at part 7 of 12.
And that is, it's just stunning.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's amazing you can do that with crochet.
Oh, I know. I love the textures of it. That's why I'd rather do the blankets in crochet than knitting, because it goes a lot faster, even though it uses a whole, you know, a lot more yarn. But you can get a lot more texture with the crochet stitches than you do with knitting stitches, unless you're doing cable work. But
Yeah, that's a lot more difficult.
this is the yarn that goes with it. This basket was made by me for the blanket, which is getting way too big. So on to the next one.
You're gonna have to remind me if there's a whip in that category that you show in the podcast history that you don't have with you,
Oh, okay.
so we can get the proper whip count.
Okay. This one
This isn't a pillowcase.
is, yeah, because this one's a lot bigger. This one is crocheted as well. This is done with Lion Brand Unforgettable in the colorway Title. I cannot remember if this colorway is discontinued. God, I hope not, because I'm not finished. I did buy as many as I could get my hands on.
This is a single ply too, huh?
Yes, it's a single ply, and hand me that side, because there's the front side.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. That is...
this is not finished. This is probably at part 14 of, oh my gosh, 19, I think. Again, full of textures. This is the Mandela Madness Crochet Along. It is still free online. It comes with a YouTube video help. So if you need help with this, you can refer to the YouTube video by Esther of It's in a Nutshell. The designer of this pattern is Helen Shrimpton, and it's by far my favorite.
That is just stunning. What weight? What weight yarn?
It's a worsted weight.
This is worsted?
Does, yeah. It does have some thin in, you know, in it as far as how it was, you know, put together.
Are you holding it double or is it just?
No, it's single.
Wow.
Single stranded with a 4.5 millimeter hook, and
this is almost like a weighted blanket to you.
yeah, almost.
You've got to finish this.
Oh yeah, yeah. But there are times where, you know, it'll take me at probably a week to get, the rounds have gotten so big that it'll take me probably a good day to get one round finished. So that's why it's taken so long. It's just forever in 6 days. But yeah, it's by far my favorite. This one I will definitely continue as we go along. And I promise I got two more blankets.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was 6.
That was 6. Yeah.
Here, you got some.
This one is a free pattern, and I checked it out. It's still free. It's called the Mystery Knit Along, and I have the here we go, by Tina Vandenberg. It's free online. I'm using a sport weight by Bernay, and I lost the label for this. This is Babe, but I can't remember the company, and it's a discontinued yarn, unfortunately. I got talked into it. Yeah, I got talked into it by a girl at a yarn shop some years ago. So I was gonna.
Cute.
Now this was gonna go for my little great niece Isabel, and again, when I reached out to my niece to say, hey, you know, didn't hear anything. So guess what? It went in a box.
So you're gonna finish it or you're gonna frog it?
This one I don't know yet, so let me know what you think I should do. Keep going or frog. Since there's really not that much in there, we might could frog and put that yarn to better use elsewhere, but let me know in the comments. Last one, I promise. This was originally a pile, literally. It came with a pile of different fibers of yarn. I've got Nashua yarn in here. I have some more Colinet. Most of these are Colinet brand, long discontinued. This is the Nashua brand. This is Colinet. This is a tape, but it's a cotton. Every one of these in here is for this blanket. It's got a lot of different fibers and colors in it. Originally, it was supposed to be a feather and fan. It was sold as a kit, probably 12, 13 years ago. And I, of course, lost the pattern. So I was going to make a mitered blanket starting at one end and increasing as I go to the other end, trying to use all the yarns. And it's basically just a garter stitch. Let me know if I should frog it, because I'm probably close to that point.
Really?
And then I can do it for something else.
That's fair. I would say frog it and reattack it.
With what?
Well, I'm just saying.
Let me know, because I got a ton of yarn.
Well, I think there's a company, they do like sweaters and stuff. Like they do like funky cardigans and stuff. Like,
yeah.
So you could make like yourself a cardigan with all that.
We could do that.
See, your eyes light up more with that than this. So like,
that's true. We could reassess and possibly throw all the, because there's a whole nother look, part of the bag that all that went into for that blanket. I still got a lot.
Yeah,
So
I have to pull that.
That's it for the blankets.
Okay, we have a total of 9 blankets. We're ready to tackle the next set. So
Oh my goodness.
kind of clean up the mess as we go here.
Yes.
So I'm thinking we do our socks and then we'll do our general woods.
Okay.
Okay.
So up next is the box of socks.
Are there any socks that are not currently with us today? That sounds like we're talking about a funeral here. Sock funeral.
No.
Okay.
They're all here.
Making sure.
I think so.
Making sure everybody's accounted for.
I'm trying.
Let us know in the comments while Michelle is grabbing this. Let us know in the comments what you think she should tackle next.
Yes. Oh, yes. And please be kind and no judge me. I've already done that.
Yeah, there's no this is our hobby. I mean, like, we do this for fun.
And she's already said Michelle Denise once today, so.
I did.
Okay.
I told her we got to get her on a 5-year plan for her lips.
And you realize for the last 5 years, that's what I've been whittling. Well, I mean, I throw in a new one every once in a while,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm also a really bad influence on that. I'm like, hey,
Yeah, that's
birthday
true.
sweaters. Hey, let's knit this. Let's do that.
Yeah, definitely. If I could knit as fast as her, it wouldn't be so bad, but.
I also probably will have carpal tunnel before she does, like, honestly. Like, I woke up this morning, I put the collar on that Getty tee, and my elbow was hurting. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So I've been taking it easy.
Slow down, sis. Slow down. Enjoy the process.
I want to enjoy the garment. Like, that's the point. I need the garment.
That's why you should knit your sweaters start in January so that by November, December, possibly next January, then you can wear them. And in the winter time, while you're wearing that beautiful sweater or cardigan, you could be knitting on summer socks or shawls or.
I did do that. Like, I did a cardigan in January. In February, I started my halibut. And then I just started the Getty tee in May.
Yeah.
So I'm on the 3rd sweater of the year.
Oh my. First step. Stitch surfers.
Oh, cute, cute. You've done a pair of these before, haven't you?
I have done 2 pairs of stitch surfers, and Michelle does not. I'm not a fan of pink, and I'm not a fan of yellow, but these were, please don't ask me about the name of the yarn because I forgot. It's been 15 years. And they were on sale at Tuesday morning, and it's pink and yellow.
Tuesday morning had yarn?
Yeah, they used to sell yarn. And I used to get the big old, like remember the Lion Brand Sockies yarn? It came in 100-gram balls, and they were huge. Yeah, so that's probably one of these.
This is Sockies? I never knew there was a brand called Sockies.
Mm-hmm. My friend from Colorado loves pink, and I was gonna knit these for her. Life got in the way, and I put them aside because, again,
They're so cute,
like pink, and I'm not a fan of yellow. But when I come up upon like striped yarn or something like that, it's always my go-to to go to Stitch Surfers because you've got 2 blending but contrasting colors, and I was gonna frog these. I really was, and I thought, you know what, Mom likes them, even though they don't have sparklies in the yarn. Mom likes them, so I will finish them eventually and give them to her for Christmas or Christmas in July or her birthday or someday. But there's that pair. And I do have to keep these separated. So because one sock is a little bit further than the other, and I don't want to confuse myself as to who went first and who goes next. So that's one. Got it. Okay, next up. This is Tootsie Rolls by Lisa K. Ross. Toe up, not top down.
Is Lisa Ross the one who did The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the movies. There's a collection of sock patterns.
And she did a collection of for several different, movies like Star Wars, The Wizard of Oz. There may have been another one, but I can't get it off the top of my head right now. This yarn was, again, a Tuesday morning yarn.
That's so cute.
And it came with a little spool of thread for the heel, though Michelle hasn't gotten to it yet. These were originally for Doug, Mr. Will Market Fibers, and I was doing them in toe up. Well, it's a free pattern. So as you can see, it's got pearls and knits, and I can't very well do these as a surprise because I've not ever done toe up socks for him before. So, when I get to the point where the heel's gonna go in, we're gonna have to make him try them on 100 times. So I know where to stop and then go put the heel in.
I have some ideas on that.
Oh, goody.
We might know what.
So in the meantime, that's those, and this has been languishing for quite a while.
You should leave those out. We can talk about those after.
Okay.
I have a plan.
She has a plan.
We're getting these lips nailed down. Like we're
absolutely. Any plan is better than no plan at all. All right, so that was 2.
yes. I want to know, we don't have Tuesday morning anymore. I think they all closed down now.
They did. I don't know if it was a bankruptcy thing or what happened.
And that's how I could get them.
Because I enjoyed them.
Where was this? I could have been getting yarn.
I know, right?
I think it's probably better I didn't, but still, I could have been getting yarn.
All right, now this pair of socks is my design. And something happened in the translation on the second sock, and so I put them in timeout until I could get into the mood to, frog back the sock and go back to where I'm supposed to be in the pattern. I like to design, I don't like to pattern right, which is probably why all the other patterns of socks that I haven't gotten published yet. I just like the designing of them. So here's Michelle and her cables again. And these are, that's why I have, nope, a left and a right. I was right. Okay, so there's my left and here's my right. And that's how you wear them, not the other way around. Otherwise, it's gonna be on the inside of your leg. And it's gonna look funny. So these have been put on hold until I can get back into the mood to tackle this design mess and get it figured out and back on track and get the socks done. They are a top down with traditional heel flap and gusset, and it's a slip stitch heel, so it's very, one of those mindless knitting kind of things.
The heel flows from the sock really well too.
It
all looks
does.
really nice.
Yes.
I feel like you have you could be knocking out these socks too. That would be easy.
Well, this one, I would,
That one is a
if
frog.
this one's, this one, well, one of them is a tink, and I think it's this one.
Yeah.
So that one I have to go back to. It's just, the homework of all the pattern writing. I'm just like, oh goodness. If I gave you my notes, darn it, I tried.
Because I still have to write up my own. I've got 3 oh, that's what I need to work on this summer.
Oh, see, there you go.
I have
our
3 that are
pattern
basically done that really just need to be sent to test.
Well, I do know somebody who offered.
Yes, I need to get in touch
So
with them.
we will be getting in touch with her soon. Here's another one. Are you writing it down as to how many
Yes.
I'm up to?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is 4.
This is another one of something out of my head. Two at a time, top down. This is out of my head.
Are you alternating yarns?
Yeah, in the heel.
Oh, wow.
There's
That's
my
cute.
heel. This is all Wool Market Fibers colors.
That butter yellow is very on trend right now.
Is it?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
I love a good butter yellow.
This, I don't know. It's kind of like when we are with Fiona and we take her outside and she's supposed to have her mind on one thing. The next thing you know, it's squirrel. And so that's what happened to me with these socks. I saw something else and said squirrel, and off we went to something else.
We've got it. Are you okay? But before we move on, are you in love with those socks?
Well, I'm too far gone to say take them back. What do you think? Let me know, because I'm up for anything. So tell us down below, the yellow and blue socks, what I should do about them.
So the other socks all had a purpose.
Yes.
Do those socks have a purpose?
Well, they were going to be Mother's.
They're going to be for your mom. Okay. Even though they're not sparkled?
Mm-hmm.
She loves sparkle yarn.
Yeah, she does.
I have yet to meet your mom, but I know some. I feel like I know about her. Like, I know she loves sparkle.
Mom loves shimmers. She loves anything sparkly. She's all about sparkles. Poor Hannah and her nose. Here we go. Poor Hannah and her nose.
It's a thing. So
it's summertime, I guess. Spring allergies.
It's a thing. So back in the olden days, I used to stream on Twitch, stream video games, before I learned how to knit. And every time I would be fine, but I'd always put a tissue right in front of me when I started streaming, because the second the camera comes on, and it's no matter what I do. When I've recorded for during the pandemic, we had to do pre-recorded for a conference. I was a presenter at a conference. So when I went to pre-record that stuff, when I went to watch said video of me at the conference,
your nose ran.
Yeah, it's just it's a thing. So it's I'm fine.
To sit and talk to your nose.
I know. It's just a thing. When my husband is streaming on his channel, walk in.
Yep, there goes her nose. Poor nose.
It's just I don't know if it's a stress thing or what, but I'm fine.
Until the camera starts rolling and then her nose starts going. Poor baby.
I don't know. So forgive me. I usually try and hide it better, but it's not gonna happen because we got too much.
Okay, what am I up to?
That's number 5. Okay. The one in your hand is number 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is done with Wool Market Fibers. It's all done in shimmer, and
I love these colors.
I did this because I wanted to see what this maroon color would look like. It's part of his Blippy series. This, I can't remember if the pattern is supposed to be a toe up or a top down, but I did write it.
This isn't Mysterious Michelle?
It probably is Mysterious Michelle colors, but not
the actual
colorway that he had done. This pattern is called Color Palette. It's free by Laura Moretz on Ravelry, and I'm still at the bottom of the 9 miles of feet. I always say if it's 9 miles, because even though it's not, it just feels like it. It's got twisted ribbings, but I just wanted to see what it would do, so here we are. And I said, okay, we're done.
Okay, so do you feel like you need to finish or frog it?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me, what should I do? Frog or keep going?
Well, she's already said she's done with it. That's why I'm like, no.
Well, you know how I am with 9 miles of feet? That's why I never get my, when I do top-down socks, I am all about the leg, and I love the heel, and then by the time I get through the gusset and we're down to the foot, like, dang, it feels like 9 miles. It could have been 20.
I'm the opposite. Whatever comes first feels like it takes forever. But then, so if I do toe up, the foot feels forever, and the leg is like, boop, it's done.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I started these in toe up, but I can't get past the 9 miles.
When I do cuff down, it's like the cuff feels like 50 bajillion years. Give us 1 second. All right, we are back after a brief intermission.
Sorry about that.
Socks number 6.
Yay. Okay. Like I said, she's got a plan for this one, so we're going to move it off to the side. And now we are up to Bill Huggins. Now this one I will finish.
All right, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is done with a zebra, and I did this on purpose because I wanted to see what the yarn would do in a textured pattern.
Really, really cute.
Yes. So it's got a lot of ribs with the little basket weave here along the leg. Now I do have to tink this back. I'm to the heel, and I do have to tink it back just to the beginning and redo the heel. But this I will keep. The sock is by Woolmarket Fibers. It's a zebra. It is sunrise on the beach. And I want to say, oops, we're out. Sorry, I sold it all.
But if you make a request.
Oh yeah, if you make a request, I'm sure he could get some more back in the store. So, but yes, this one is for Mr. Woolmarket Fibers. So I have to finish these. It was a gift. Did you mark that one down?
I did.
7?
That was 6.
Are you sure we're on 6?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I am to the feet on this pair. This has been a long one.
This yarn is gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
This is alpaca socks. That's the yarn, alpaca socks. It is not from, it's a commercially dyed yarn company. And this pattern, I did write it down.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
This pattern is Show Off Stranded Socks. It's free by Ann Campbell.
It looks very similar to Stephen West's Dancing Chocolates.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure hers came first.
Oh, absolutely.
His was last year.
Yeah, I started this, we're not saying how long ago. But if you notice, my cuffs are a green and a blue. And then I put in a short row, and one is brown and the other one is orange. Then I am to the feet, obviously. So when I get down to the toes, then I'll decide if I'm gonna do like, you know, a brown toe on this one and a blue toe on this one, or orange or whatever. So I wanted them to show off all the different colors that brings out in the striping of the socks, which I really am in love with. I love the stripes of those.
You've got to be close on these socks.
Yeah, I'm like midway through the foot.
These need to be marked for a ASAP finish.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is midway to 9 miles of feet.
But I'm saying if you did, like, if I said, okay, I'm going to do 10 rows a
Yeah.
day, you would have these done before the end of the month.
I actually had these in the car as my car riding project. So when I'm obviously not driving, I'm knitting, and I used to just grab whatever was in the back seat. I always keep a car project, so whatever was in the back seat, and these were it. So I actually have done all the feet in the car. But yes, I will keep these going, and these are definitely mine.
We expect to see these as a finish on the podcast
soon. I gave Mother a pair with this, not this colorway, but from this yarn, and then she came back probably like a year or so later and said, "You made my socks too short." I said, "Mother, how could that be? We wear the same size. If they fit me, they'll fit you." "Well, it's because Dad does the laundry and Dad washed them."
Oh.
And I said, "Mother, we have discussed when it comes to your woolens, your knitwear, your socks, they do not go in the wash machine. I don't care if it says superwash.
Yeah.
We're not throwing them in the wash machine." And that's what happened. She threw them in the wash machine and they shrunk a bit. And so she can no longer wear them because they're too small.
That is a real travesty, though.
Yes.
It really is.
So, she says, well, how am I supposed to wash them? I said, in the sink with some Eucalyptus. So, she bought some Eucalyptus and she's back to hand washing like she was supposed to. So, Mother's learned her lesson.
And Michelle is keeping those socks.
And these are mine. So,
that was number 7.
Okay. That goes with that. And we're up to number 8. This bag is done by Market Fibers.
Really cute.
Isn't that adorable? I love owls. And this is, I'm sorry to say, a discontinued pattern, and I love this. These
pattern?
Yes.
Oh goodness.
Unfortunately. This is I've had this yarn for, let's see, 3, 6, probably 7 years. It is from Teeny Button Studio. I think these were a Harry Potter themed colorway. Anyway, this pattern is called Step Aside. It is a left and a right.
It's really cute.
It is all done with decreases and yarn overs to replicate cabling.
Ah, that's really cool.
Yes, and I've done
probably
this,
quicker.
Yeah, it does go pretty fast, and I've done this before. It's all charted. You can hit charted and text. So, but unfortunately, it's discontinued. Oops, I'm backwards.
No, it'll be right when it.
Okay, well, it's done by Yvonne MC. That was her last name, MC. And I've really enjoyed it. So this is the second go around of this particular pattern. And that's off and going with this one. Now this one I actually started when we went to San Antonio, October of 22. So that's how long it's been, unfortunately.
We need a sock down.
And I knit this every day. The 4 days I was there, everywhere we went, I was knitting on my socks.
Is that progress just from that trip then?
Yep. So it'll be my San Antonio socks. It'll be my C. David and Terry socks.
That could be a good, like, all of these should be your card knitting until they're done. Then you just pull the next one for card knitting.
Yeah.
And then you just.
Absolutely.
Because you have, I mean, those could all be done this year. Because you're all, like, halfway through all of them.
Yeah. Except for those. Those I'm still at the Stitch Surfers, I'm still at the 9 miles.
That's the pink and yellow that she's pointing to.
And because the pink and yellow that I'm pointing to. Stitch Surfers are done as intarsia knitting, so it's back and forth and wrap the colors. So those take a little longer.
Yeah, that makes sense to hold off on those. But like all the others, and then the yellow and blue, like
the yellow and blue, yeah, I'm at the heel.
I feel like though you want to
my striped ones. Probably. I think it's because of the heel.
The yellow and blue?
Yeah, but once I get through the heel flap, then it's smooth sailing because it's color changing after that. So I think I can sail through those a whole lot faster than my stranded show-offs.
I hear that as she wants to keep them.
Now this one, another pair for Mother. Now
pair number 9.
Yeah, pair. Okay, pair. What are we at? 9.
9. This is 9.
9. Oh my. I must say, I did have a lot. I used to have more than I do now.
She's been whipping them down and frogging.
Yeah, I've been
over the past couple months.
Oh yeah, I purged quite a bit. Now, my mom has a wall of all my good yarn, and most of it is sock weight yarn. And of course, they're all in singles because it's like, well, you don't know what to buy when you're at a yarn shop, so you just grab one. And it's sock weight, and you're thinking socks, and so I had a bunch. Well, Mother decided, oh, look, this is a pretty color. Well, this goes well with this color. And next thing you know, Mom's got 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
4. And they're all done in blues, different blues.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's little flecks of all like the rainbow. All
Yeah,
throughout
like
this
it's like a smush and it's got speckles on top of it. And then this
Let me
one's a
see.
sparkly, this one's a tonal.
You can see that better now because they look the same from a distance,
Right.
but they're not.
Yeah, but that's got So I said, what about scrappy socks? And she likes them pretty short, like ankle socks for summertime. So here's hers. And these I could get through a whole lot faster because I love color changing.
Yeah.
Yes, we got tails.
Oh yeah.
And I'd already gotten through the heel. The straight, standard slip stitch. I'm almost through the gusset decreases, and then we will be at and I've already changed to a new color, so we're just going to keep going. I should have not stopped on these, but then Michelle said, because Mother picked out the colors for me, for my socks, and they're done in purple. Ooh. Now this I will frog. I've already decided because I messed up on the pattern. So these are froggables. Now,
They're whipped right now, but I'm counting one for frog too.
okay, but y'all can tell me what you would like to see for socks for this pile of yarn. How's that? Because what I have going on is not working.
It's pretty.
And she picked out these colors for me.
You should pull one of the Stephen West patterns we have, because Michelle and I both have the Stephen West 2023 and 24 year of socks.
2.
We didn't get 2025.
This is Mr. Woolmarket Fibers in a twist. This is also got speckles and smushies.
Wait, like the colorway is Mr. Woolmarket Fibers, or this is the yarn Woolmarket
This
Fibers?
is the yarn from Mr. Woolmarket Fibers.
Okay.
And it's a smushies with some sparklies in it, or not sparklies, but speckles. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my words today.
Sorry, y'all, it's early.
I've been up since 3:20. This is the color that goes with it. That's color number 3. This is one of his early ones, and I got to rewind the yarn because it started falling apart. Just only because it fell out like
hold
yarn
it closer
bark.
to the camera, because like, look at that.
This was one of his early colors when he first started in
Just
2017.
little flecks.
This was like, what was it? Moonlight something. Anyway, that's color number 4. And then I have color number 5.
This looks very similar to the Woolmarket Fibers colorway.
And it is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, absolutely. So I have 5 different purples going in a scrappy sock. So if you have a particular scrappy pattern,
this is a Stephen West contender. Like, that should be a Stephen West sock.
okay.
Because we haven't knit through the patterns.
No, we haven't done any of his. No, well, I
did the mohair mod, the mod socks that he did.
Yeah, we did.
I used
That was the 2-color. That was the 2-color sock we did when he did his knit along that I modified.
That's contrast blast.
Oh, the contrast blast.
Mod I did for the Wicked Witch socks.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yep.
So let me know if we're going to do a Stephen West. Let me know.
He's probably. I'm surprised he hasn't announced a sock along yet, because he did it the past 2 years.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Watch him announce it today before. So be like when we're filming today before it goes up.
Because you know, the minute you mention it, that's usually what happens. Kind of like when you haven't seen somebody for a while and you say, "Hey, what happened to so and so?" And the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, they come waltzing through the door. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Hey, what happened to that $1 million?
I spent part of it. Okay.
It'd be nice if it just walked through the door.
Wouldn't it? I know what I would do with it.
All right, we still got some. Yes, yarn. Still on the socks.
Still on the sock? Oh yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more to go. Oh,
All
dear.
right. This is our biggest category yet. Out of 2. All right, this is sock pair number 11.
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, now this I made up as I went along. These are for Mother.
Those are so cute.
I'm to the heel.
There we go.
I pull these out when I'm bored and just need to work on a pair of socks.
Those are so stinking cute.
These are a very old Crochet from Patton's, in like a grape colorway or something. Mother, I said, Mom, go pick me out some. See those small 50-gram balls up there? She pulled these out, so. And I like these because the color changers are a lot quicker than some others. Yeah. So, but these are hers.
I actually really like Pattern Crochet sock yarn. It's not perfect.
They're thicker.
Uh-huh.
It's a heavy sock weight yarn. They're great for winter. Yeah. You can even use these as bed socks, really, if your feet freeze under the sheets.
My first pair of socks I made was Patton's Crochet, and I made them too large, but I still wear them sometimes, like especially as bed socks.
Yeah,
because they're so comfortable, and they have not popped a hole yet.
No, exactly. I heard that they are a hard wearing, you know, like Regia.
Yeah.
That they're very hard wearing yarn. So.
Yep, that's what we need sometimes.
All right, to the next pair.
This is number 12.
Oh my goodness. This is Fruit Striped Gum Socks by Leah Oakley on Ravelry. And I've had, this is Surf and Sand colorway by Wool Market Fibers. And I'm still at the leg.
I feel like this colorway needs to come back.
I know, it's really pretty, huh?
This pattern is gorgeous too. Have you done this pattern before?
No.
Okay.
It's a very easy to memorize pattern. I did use a different contrasting color for the cuff because I wanted to incorporate for the, now when I get to the heel, I'm thinking, you know, using a solid or a tonal like in a turquoise, light or dark, and put that in the heel and then switch back to the beige for the toe.
Yes.
But these are mine, which is why they're still at the stage they are in.
We're gonna make her like a sock plan of like, okay, you're gonna prioritize your socks. You're gonna work on this sock.
I need a boss. I need somebody to tell me. Yes, because otherwise they'll just go, okay, sorry, I got Christmas coming, put you off to the side and pull out, you know.
Or cast on new things. So I think that's probably the problem, you cast on new.
Which is what I'm trying to avoid, especially where the socks are concerned, because I've got so many. And since that was number who?
That was 12.
Oh my, see, this is why I don't start.
This is 13.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The crazy part is like, I haven't seen any of these socks before.
No, she has not.
And I've been coming, like I don't live here, but I almost live here.
Yeah.
And I still haven't seen them. Like I come down here all the time, and I still haven't seen most of these.
No, you haven't.
I don't know if I've seen any one of these.
No, you haven't. Like this one. I wanted to see, now, Mother pulled this out, and she said, oh my, and I know she, other than the shimmers, the sparklies, she is a fan of green, and she really fell in love with this one. And it's so busy, literally busy.
Is that a Wool Market Fibers?
This is not, this was German color.
It's really beautiful.
From probably 12 years ago, sitting on the shelf again. And of course she goes over to the yarn wall and goes shopping. And now the yellow is the Wool Market Fibers.
Butter yellow.
And it's got sparklies in it, champagne sparklies.
We need butter yellow sweaters, Michelle.
Okay, it's not sparklies, Michelle, it's speckles. Get it right. So this is from, oh, I don't want to tear up the first name of the designer. It is Porthos. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. The first name is Kawa, and the last name is Coffee.
Yeah, Kawa Coffee.
It's part of the Three Musketeers, and this is Porthos. So I wanted to see what it would do as
That's beautiful.
A pattern for such a busy colorway. and there's no way to tell unless you do it. So I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it, and honestly, I will keep going with this. She requires, because of her health, a sock that's a little bit wider than my 64s. Though we still have the same foot length, it's the rest of it that, you know, is different. Her stitch count is a 72 and mine's a 64. So these I will keep, and unfortunately I only did it as one, so I have to keep it as such since I've already started.
I'm really noticing too with your socks, you're not, like the sock rules per se are like you shouldn't mix a very bold pattern with a bold yarn in the sense of highly speckled or highly variegated. And I like that you're willing to just do it, and yeah, it kind of mutes both, but it creates this really cool textural
Because how
sock.
are you going to know if you don't try?
Well, right, that's what I'm saying, is a lot of people just say you shouldn't, that you should do something where you can see the pattern or you can see the yarn.
Exactly.
And it's like, you're just like, well, why not? And I like it. I think it looks cool. I think if you're really set on seeing the pattern in high detail, then yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But I think for you, it creates it really using the pattern to create the movement in the yarn, and they work hand in hand.
Yes.
I'm really impressed.
Thank
seeing
you.
all of these. See, all these whips have a purpose.
Yes, they do. Okay. I'm
Right.
down to I can see the bottom of the tote.
Yeah.
I can sew it down to the bottom.
Really though, this isn't as many whips as I thought we were gonna have. Because I was thinking we were gonna have like 100. We're like, I really
In socks or the whole thing?
the whole thing.
Oh,
I don't think we're gonna cross 100. We might cross 50.
probably. Yeah. Because we haven't got to the generalized whips yet, so this is just socks.
Okay.
Okay, now this one is a recent start, I'm ashamed to say. And life got in the way.
I mean, you're allowed to start things.
Yes, and what I should not have done is do them singly. I know better. I truly know better. And now this one, okay, here we go.
This is cool though. That's like very moody looking.
This is Comet, K-O-M-E-T.
The pattern or
The pattern. This is Wool Market Fibers in the cuff, and the leg is Mountain Brigo.
Look at that.
And
It's gorgeous.
I already have a pair of these, and I'm making a second pair.
But they're gorgeous.
I wanted a longer leg than the way I did it the first time, so I have since recast on, and this is my second pair of the exact same pattern in the exact same colorway because I am truly in love with it.
I might have to get that yarn. Like, good grief. Like, it's, I don't know if you can tell, like, how dark and moody it is. There, you can see the green coming through more. It's almost like how a peacock is kind of iridescent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it has that mood to it.
It is just splendid.
You should not be ashamed for casting that on. That needed to happen.
Now, this is through the first repeat of the sock, and I think that's why I stopped, so that I could...
Wait, this is 14, isn't it? I didn't mark this.
Okay. Because I wanted to get on the other one and catch it up so that I could put them both on one longer circular for Magic Loop and get them popped out. But I just fell in love with that colorway, so of course I ordered the colorway for something else, and I've got 3 left. Just saying. So it's right in there.
Acting like I didn't just come in here and I may have purchased a sweater quantity yesterday.
Yeah, because now, to be honest, you are knitting it.
No, the other sweater quantity.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh yes, yes.
So there's gonna be a new whip on my needles next week. I'm literally just waiting for the pattern to drop.
Oh, that's right. Absolutely.
So yeah, that king salmon we were talking about yesterday. So I feel like I'll mention it here while you're doing this. That's my honorary whip that's gonna happen.
Yeah, we discussed this yesterday,
Mr. Wool
whether
Market
she
Fibers.
was gonna or not, but she did. She got the yarn.
The second I saw the test call for the pattern, I knew what colors I wanted.
She was literally staring at her phone, reading the comments and the projects and all that stuff, and said, okay, we're doing it.
I've been eyeing the test group for like 8 weeks. Like the whole test, I've been watching the test group and seeing like what they're saying about the fit, looking at people's, and I know that's probably stalkerish. I've never done that for a pattern before. I will never do that for a pattern again, probably. But it was like, the first test call came up and I wanted to apply and I didn't. Or no, I did and I didn't make it in. And the second one came up and I was like, I just can't right now. And then I've been eyeing it. I'm like, I'm knitting this the second it comes out.
So we've got her halibut over here.
Yes.
And pretty soon when she gets finished, we'll probably have a salmon hanging up there to go with it.
No,
she fell in love with it.
You're not going to have a salmon because I'm going to be wearing my salmon.
Yeah,
it's going to be on me.
That and this one.
Yeah.
And your Hohi Locatelli. So
yeah.
you'll be trading off.
Yeah, we'll trade them out. Because right now it's so hot outside. I can wear like my Getty tee.
Yeah.
I'll be able to wear it. I'll be able to wear the salmon, hopefully. But the
halibut.
halibut.
Are you going to keep it as a short sleeve? Oh, that would be really
short, like
pretty,
probably like
the yarn. Yeah, and it's a fingering weight. It's a salmony color, and I think it's the Fire on the Mountain colorway, but
in shimmer.
It's really pretty.
And then they're doing a dye of avocado for my salmon, so it'll be like a peach.
Oh yes,
with that olivey
and he's
green.
Gonna dye that for her in enough that she could do the salmon for it.
I think I just need one skein for this.
That's all you need. Is just one.
So for my size anyway.
Alrighty, back to whip number. What are we at? 15.
This is 15.
This is 15. I've got the Hornet. This was the original name for this sock pattern, which has since been renamed and discontinued, or maybe I don't know. When I looked it up, this was discontinued, so I don't know if she renamed it. She renamed it the Wasp something. And it's by Heatherly Walker. And I'm sorry, I did not save the label to the yarn. It is not a Wool Market Fibers. I've had this for 3, 6, 8 years.
Wow. You love a patterned sock.
I do.
You don't knit vanilla socks, do you?
Not generally, because I find vanilla sock knitting.
She's calling me out.
Not you, but you knit
as I
faster.
sit here,
and I have to keep my interest, and so therefore patterns or massive, color changes, like the scrappy socks, that I can do in a vanilla sock. And I did 2 pairs of scrappy socks. The very first pair that I did, I had done in less than 7 days.
All right, we're gonna take a pause for just a second. We'll be right back. All right, we are back yet once again. This has been a multi-part adventure. I think we've decided we're gonna finish up the sock category, and then we're gonna film another day for the remainder of the knitting. So if you see us looking different in the same video, that's why. Alrighty.
Okay.
So what
we're
socks?
Almost to the end of this one.
This is pair 15.
This was the Hornet, and I will continue these. The first pair that I knit was I did it according to the designer's needle size, and they're too loose. So that's why I've got these. So these are on my standard ones, should have known better. And I'm doing this again, and I'll make them, again, I will make these a lot longer than the first original pair because I think they fell a little short. So I'll do an extra repeat or 2 of these, and then do the contrasting heel and toe on these socks. So we'll finish. And then I think you've seen these before.
These have been on the podcast. This is the first thing that has been shown today out of, this is the 20th whip she's shown today. No. This is the 25th whip you've shown today. And this is the first one I've ever seen.
Wow.
Pair number 16.
Another pair of stitch surfers. I love the pattern. I'm sorry, I can't help it. And this was micro striping. This is a Wool Market Fibers. This was one of his first original colorways. I had still begging for him to make more of this particular colorway in this one and this one.
This one I want a sweater out of.
Right. I think it's gorgeous. I have no color names because he had only done one of each, and then I waited and I waited and I waited, and he never made any more. So I said,
it's gorgeous.
I'm gonna knit a pair of socks. Well, of course, again, here we are, stitch surfers.
But it looks so good in this yarn. It really does.
Yes, exactly. I know. So if I can't decide, you know, on their stripy socks, this is what I do. I go to the standard stitch surfers. If you have another suggestion, I am open. Let me know.
She
in
needs
the
to finish
comments
this
below.
pair.
But these pair, and these are mine.
And the second sock has been started, and it's about the same distance along.
Well, I don't think it has the heel, or maybe I just put the heel. I can't remember, but yeah, these are the tandem ones. You can't do these simultaneously, 2 at a time on one longer circular like Magic Loop, because you're dealing with 2 colors. That's never stopped me, but these are done in targes, so it's back and forth knitting, short row, kind of thing, and it would be a disaster. It would be a mess, and I would hate it.
Sock pair number 17.
And this is the end of the box. Now, when I was packing up all of my whips, Mr. Wool Market Fibers says, "Are you done?" And I said, "No, I forgot. Oh, wait, I need to pack the socks." And he said, "Oh, okay." So I'm pulling all my whip bags, and I'm putting them in this big old the container, and he said, "Are you done?" And I said, "Nope, here's a pair of socks." Then I pulled out the one, and I said, "Oops, these are a pair of socks." He said, "How do you know?" And I said, "Well, generally the cords are hanging out of them, so that's one telltale sign." And he says, "Are any of them for me?" And I said, I think maybe 1 or 2.
Ooh, this is gorgeous.
These are for Mr. Wool Market Fibers. Oops, and I bent my cable. Oh dear. I didn't think that could happen with the Chow Goose.
No, I've never seen that happen with the Chow Goo.
Yeah, well, it did on this one, right on that one. This is Wool Market Fibers Platinum, and it is striping, and as you can see, it's almost like a pool, which I am totally in love with.
This looks like Ravenclaw colors.
Yeah, which probably that's what it was. The pattern on this, which you cannot see, and I'm disappointed in, which is probably why I stopped, is Earl Grey by the Yarn Harlot. It's a free pattern, and it has a pattern on this side of the leg and this side of the leg. It won't matter which sock you put on which foot, right or left, because there's a pattern on both sides of the leg. But we frog this to the ribbing and do a different pattern, because even I can't see it. But again, how are you going to know if you don't try it? It's kind of like broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
So this is a frog.
This will be a frog to the ribbing, and then if anybody restart a different. I need a guy sock. So if anybody has any ideas in a self striping,
Stephen West.
Stephen West.
We haven't done it though.
Here we go.
That we haven't done.
Yeah, but he requires more than one color.
Well, no, but he has a couple that are built for color changing yarns. And that's part of why I haven't done a lot of them. I have a lot of like tonals and such, or like,
and I have a lot of patterns,
variegated.
I have speckles, variegated. I have a lot of them, a lot.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot that would go good for his, and I'm like, I want to use this yarn for this thing.
Like a 8-foot wall, 3 shelves deep of yarn. So,
I'm counting this as a frog for you.
Okay.
Because you're going to do something completely different,
Right.
so we're restarting from scratch.
Good job.
So,
okay.
we have 17 socks. So,
which is less than when I started, because when she first talked about, you know, our whip thing, and we were going to do a big old podcast, I literally pulled out everything. And I truly said, are you going to do this? Is it making you happy? Is it bringing you joy? And I'd say no, and I was like ripping it off the needle. So since,
and then she went through and finished some too, because I've seen you finish several recently.
Yeah, several things, just not socks.
You finished at least one pair of socks recently, because you were showing me.
Christmas.
Yeah.
They were Christmas. It's June. Though none of these were started this year. I can honestly say none of these were started this year. None of them. That included the ones for Mom and no.
Except for you said you had one new cast on.
Nope. Oh, well, the Comet, but I think that was after Christmas last year.
Still 2024.
Yeah, it was still 24.
Okay.
Yep.
So
technically nothing new this year for socks. I've been trying to whittle.
We've got to get you documented, like all of your whips you know what I mean, get her whips documented down, because that's the biggest thing is my Ravelry page. I was able to hunt down all of my whips yesterday because I just opened my Ravelry up and then just went, you know, and grabbed. I was like, is there only this many? And then I counted. I was like, oh, I guess I finished a couple. Right. Because I had my bingo board and I was finishing a couple. Yeah. In Michelle's defense, she's been knitting way longer than me. And also, way longer. I've always had a habit of clearing the needles of everything by the end of the year, with 1 year being the exception, and that was last year. A lot of life happened last year, so I was not clearing my needles before the end of last year. It just wasn't feasible or possible.
I never had that rule, obviously.
Yeah, and I want to get back to mine because I like it a lot.
Obviously, Michelle needs structure, and I don't have any. So.
Just so you can, like, when you're excited about something, you cast it on, you do it, it's done.
I did a year of startitis, and then I took 3 years trying to finish it all, and it got behind because I spent 3 years knitting on the stuff that should have been done already, and then next thing you know, here comes a new year, and we start again, and
there's new things coming out. You wanted it.
There's always new things coming out. Yes, absolutely.
But I feel like if you finish a languishing whip before you cast on a new one and just say, okay, and then I'm not going to cast on a new one until I finish the new one, and then you slowly get them out.
Wait till the general whips come along. These are just socks.
Yeah, we haven't looked at cardigans.
Nope, we've not done.
I know you have at least 2 or 3 cardigans because I've seen them.
We've not done
shawls.
Not my shawls. There's cowls. There's hats. We've got one box and one big bag left.
So we're going to film that
next time.
Yeah, we're going to film another part of State of the Whips. So you'll see it as one video, but we'll see each other later on every day. All right. Bye.
Bye.